Hey! In this video, we are gonna create a simple projectile in Photoshop. First, I establish what I want to do, and then I create a guide. I try to be as precise as possible when setting this up. I like to work more loosely in the later stages, so having a solid base prevents the final product from falling apart. Next, I created a simple animation with circles, just to get the general distances between the individual frames. Then I added very simple shapes representing the trail. I already start adding some color and effects to see where I'm going. I always try to use methods which don't directly affect the graphics. However, it is important to note that this is probably going to be exported as a PNG sequence. So whatever layer effect you use above a transparent checkerboard, try to keep the mode set to normal, otherwise it just won't export the same way. If I overlay several of the frames, you may notice that the trails always overlap frame to frame. This helps to guide the eye and sells the notion of movement as a single unit. In the polishing stage, I just refined the established shapes. The base color is provided by a gradient map. Here I start adding some shadows. I do this by clipping masks. The layer mask is used to ease out the trail more naturally, giving it an impression of dissipating in the air. Both layer and clipping masks get automatically hidden with the parent layer. This is useful when you need to move stuff around on the timeline. I use two types of shapes here. The first one is just a simple wave, looks a bit like a leaf. The other one cuts into the wave shape as if it was pushed in by the wind. The particles in the tail follow the same principles as the main movement, so there is always some overlap between the frames, and the overall movement follows curves. I keep some of the effects on individual layers and some on the group as a whole. The difference is that a clipping mask can only influence single layers, even if it is applied to a group. In the final stage, I added some highlights and fixed the bumps in the movement. I also added one more gradient map, just to make it stand out. Blur is usually very difficult to reverse, so it's best to keep it for last. I just added a simple Gaussian blur, probably just 1 or 2 pixels, and the motion blur. And that's our final effect, ready to be exported. I hope you liked this little overview, and thanks for watching.